Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, October 29th, 2013. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, scammers appear to be at work again in the Duck River Electric Membership Corporation service area. A Manchester businessman has donated more than 100 acres to Coffee County, and the Tullahoma Police Department will offer some Halloween safety tips. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
When you're running late headed to that sporting event or horse show and hungry but need gas, you don't have to choose which to get. Just stop at any Quick Mart where gas prices are normal and the food is outstanding. Burgers, fries, salads, sub sandwiches, chicken strips, egg rolls, even pizza can be picked up while the gas is pumping. Stop by any Quick Mart today and not only save time, but enjoy some good cooking, southern hospitality, and prices you can live with.
Today's Charter tip, set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings. Even hide program titles and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
Welcome back. Scammers appear to be at work again in the Duck River Electric Membership Corporation service area. A co-op member in the Wartrace community of Bedford County reported telephone contact from an unknown caller pretending to represent Duck River Electric. The caller requested personal identity information, including the potential victim's social security number. Apparently, the scammers might have read local obituary information and selected the co-op member on that basis. The caller knew about a recent death in the family and used this as a means of soliciting personal information. Steve Odom, Director of Member Services, said, quote, "This member wisely refused to provide any personal information and reported the scam attempt to a family member who called Duck River. This is exactly the correct response to such attempts," end quote. Social Security numbers, dates of birth, bank account numbers, or other identity information should not be provided over the telephone. Never give anyone personal information unless you initiated the contact and are confident the transaction is legitimate. If someone pressures you to provide personal or financial information, you should notify the police or sheriff's department. A Manchester businessman has donated more than 100 acres to Coffee County to be used as a recreation complex. Sam McAllister says that he will build restroom facilities and entrances to the tract off New Bushy Branch Road at the Manchester city limits. The property has an estimated value around $1 million. The donation specifies that the property can be used for recreational development only, and work toward a sports complex must begin within a year. County Mayor David Pennington says McAllister's offer is a generous donation that will benefit the area. McAllister previously sold several large tracts of adjoining farmland to the Bonnaroo Music Festival. A Tullahoma man recognized as one of the most decorated war veterans in the country is now without a home after a fire destroyed his Tullahoma residence last Thursday night. Thomas Gwynn fought in World War II and the Korean War. He was wounded 22 times, holds multiple Purple Hearts, and was promoted to first lieutenant for his bravery on the battlefield during the D-Day invasion. The heat from the fire was so intense that firefighters attempted to enter the home but were forced back a number of times. Gwynn, who is 92 years old, told, said it appears that he lost most of his war medals. Gwynn also said he fought tougher battles in his life, managing to escape from his North Korean captors on 2 occasions. He said he lived in the home for 44 years and plans to rebuild. As part of its mission to enhance public safety, the Department of Correction will expand efforts to protect Tennessee children on Halloween night. The agency's probation, parole officers, and apprehension unit will be joined by local law enforcement agencies and U.S. Marshals to ensure sex offenders under TDOC supervision adhere to strict guidelines. Operation Blackout will result in an increased presence of law enforcement in the communities and random visits to the homes of sex offenders who must adhere to the following guidelines. Sex offenders must remain inside their homes between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. and leave porch lights off on Halloween night. They are not permitted to open their doors for trick-or-treaters and may only open their doors for law enforcement officers. Sex offenders also are not permitted to display fall decorations, wear costumes, or dress in disguise. Offenders who are found to be in non-compliance with imposed restrictions could face additional charges for probation or parole violations that may result in jail or prison time. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader.
Dreaming of a new vehicle?
And don't think you can afford one?
Well, think again. At Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, we have new vehicles with payments starting as low as $159 a month.
No way! A new Chevy Cruze for only $159 a month?
That's right. Or check out the 2014 GMC Acadia that seats 8 for only $299 a month. In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we're donating $50 for every vehicle sold to the Multi-County Cancer Support Network. Come see us today or visit us online at stanmcnabb.com. And remember, if anyone can, Stan can.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Lieutenant Ray Higginbotham of the Tullahoma Police Department stopped by our studios yesterday to offer some tips to children and parents on Halloween safety.
Hello, I'm Ray Higginbotham, Lieutenant from the Tullahoma Police Department. I'd like to take a few minutes to speak about safety and Halloween. At the Tullahoma Police Department, we encourage everyone to try to have a safe and happy Halloween, and if you'll go by some of these tips that we're going to provide to you, it just re-emphasizes the safety, and that's what we want. We want a safe and happy Halloween for everyone. Children should always be accompanied by an adult. Make sure that an adult is with your children, and always plan a route. Pre-plan the route to where everyone that's going on the event knows what the route is. Plan a start time and an end time and stick to those times. Do not trick or treat alone. Of course, if you go in groups, there's safety in numbers. Going in groups, if you're a chaperone with the children, make sure that when you leave a house, everyone is accounted for. One key thing that we stress is don't go inside the houses. Stay out on the porch where everyone can be seen and there's complete accountability for everyone. Wear a watch and carry a flashlight. The flashlight is a critical element. The watch is advantageous and helpful to where you can always keep track of the time and plan your route. And if you've planned your route by time, then you know where you are on your schedule. You also know what time you're anticipated to be at home, and you can stick to that plan and be there on time. Cross any street and corner at a crosswalk. Don't walk behind parked vehicles. If you pull up on a curb and you go to get out at a residence, or your children go to get out, have the children get out on the side near the sidewalk or near the residence. If that residence is across the street, take the time to go down one side of the street, hit those residences, and come back up the other side to where the children are always getting out on the side of the street where the sidewalk is. Walk, don't run. Very simple. We've all learned this from when we were in school, when we were school age. Walk, don't run. If you walk and you're not running, there's more time to be aware of what is going on around you, more time to decrease falls and likely injuries from falls. Don't approach other people's pets. Even though those pets may be friendly or seem friendly, don't approach them. You never know when something might happen, and because a pet is acting friendly doesn't mean that it's always going to be friendly. Use face paint instead of a mask. I think that's pretty well self-explanatory. And if you wear a mask, when you're walking from house to house, remove the mask so you can see, and that way you'll be more safe. Parents, once your children have gotten their treats and you're back home, save the time for going through those treats for whenever you get back home. Go through those treats. If any of those treats appear that they've been opened or they've been tampered with, discard those treats, or you can simply come by the police department and we'll be happy to dispose of those for you, or we'll look at those treats to try to make a determination if those treats are still safe and edible. But when in doubt, simply get rid of those treats. We also encourage trick-or-treating at people's houses where you know the residents. Don't trick-or-treat at strangers' houses. That's for obvious reasons too. Whenever your children go to houses that they're familiar with the residents, it creates a more safe environment, a more friendly environment, and less potential for any type of unsafe acts. Be careful with flames. If you have a pumpkin on your porch, there's battery operated flames or electric flames now that you can use in jack-o'-lanterns. That way you're not actually using an open flame. If you wear costumes, make sure those costumes are flame retardant and that they don't drag the ground, and also make sure that they're equipped with reflective material. More reflective material is better, especially in low light. It increases the visibility. And we ask that drivers use caution, understand that children will be out, there'll be more traffic out, and be patient with one another. Slow down, especially when you're going through the residential neighborhoods. In the past, we've had problems at a few of the residential neighborhoods with parking issues and everything. We're going to have additional officers out for the holiday, and we'll be monitoring those situations to help make those streets safer and those neighborhoods safer. But if anyone has any questions or concerns and would like to give us a call, feel free to do so at 455-0530. Or if you have a situation that requires police attention and it's a non-emergency the night of Halloween or at any other time, call 455-3411, and that will connect you directly with a dispatcher, and we'll be happy to come out and resolve whatever issues you may have. And of course, if it's an emergency, please dial 911.
We'll be back in a moment after these messages.
Have you heard the news? The Russell Barnett Ford family has expanded to 2 separate locations. That's Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That means 2 times the customer service and 2 times the inventory. So no matter where you're located, let the Russell Barnett Ford family make your next vehicle purchase a great one. 2 times the inventory, 2 times the customer service. That's the Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. Why buy anywhere else?
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, fall promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
Welcome to Merle Norman, located inside Northgate Mall in Tullahoma. Since 1931, Merle Norman Cosmetics have been researched, developed, manufactured, and packaged in the USA, using the highest quality ingredients and unmatched customer service to help women look and feel better about themselves.
Hi there, I'm Christy Elmacher, owner of Merle Norman. I want to talk to you a little bit today about Merle Norman products. We have a large line of skincare and cosmetics for all skin types. Merle Norman's motto is try before you buy, so we'd love for you to come in, talk to us about your concerns, try the products, and we want you to feel good when you leave here, so we hope to see you soon.
Want to feel good in your skin? Visit Merle Norman in Northgate Mall, Tullahoma.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Tullahoma's new NHC healthcare facility held an open house last Thursday. Newsleader's John Gray brings us this report.
We're at the grand opening of the NHC facility, new facility in Tullahoma. And as you can see, they have policemen out on the road directing traffic. The parking lots are full. And we're inside the facility, and it's a lovely facility, and all the artwork is on the walls, and the rooms are full. And there's my buddy John Gray.
Anybody again. Good to see you, John.
You too. And as you can see, the carpet is, all the facility is lovely. Charles Perry from Good Days. And as you can see, here's a spring quartet.
Yeah, no.
Hello, looky here, isn't this something? Give us a little tune. They have tables in the halls, and the rooms are full, and the notables are all here. And there's food everywhere, decorated for Halloween. As I said, there's food everywhere you look. There's Joe Lester over there, and I assume that. How are you? There's Janie Colley right there, the director of this facility, with her daughter and her grandbaby. So this is a family affair here. Here's a whole nother dining and meeting area, and there's a whole nother table full of wonderful food. This is the dessert area here. And a wonderful sitting room where there's televisions. And look at there's a fireplace. And there's Mayor Curley again. And there's the Tullahoma Triumphant right there. Look at them, aren't they pretty? Look at those wonderful ladies.
Golden girls.
And there's the jester. All right, folks, now I'm with Janie Colley, the administrator of the new NHC healthcare facility. And Janie, the place is packed with people. How has this gone today so far?
Well, it has certainly gone. At last count, we feel like we're a little over 500 people tonight. The mayor had to call the city police in to help direct traffic. It's been a wonderful evening. There's food and fun and tons of people and a lot of excitement for the city of Tullahoma. We're so very thankful for NHC Healthcare to be here in Tullahoma, finally.
Janie, congratulations. We are so proud of you and know that there will be great success here.
Thank you, John. Thank you much.
Don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include representatives from this weekend's Spam-A-Lot musical coming to the Manchester Arts Center. Katie Issue will tell us about the annual 41A Toy Convoy that's also this weekend. Partners for Healing has a fundraising dinner coming up also. All that and more on this week's Living Show. We'll be back in a moment, right after this.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please, for the following public service announcement. He's back! The Watkins Man is back, bringing his world-famous Watkins products to 104 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, where Richard and Stephanie Carpenter have opened the area's only Watkins store. Since 1886, Watkins has produced all-natural products, starting with the pain liniment and now including soaps, oils, creams, scrubs, royal jelly, beeswax, supplements dedicated to natural health and pain management, cover total external and internal body care. And don't forget the world-famous spices, extracts, teas, and cooking ingredients. With too many products to list, know that all Watkins products are 100% natural using the highest quality ingredients obtainable. Always remember with Watkins, when you buy the best, you use less.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Wildcats playoff hopes suffered a setback with a loss to Lincoln County last Friday night at Wilkins Stadium. Head coach John Olive commented on the loss.
A night that we still felt like we had a chance against Lincoln County, a good chance. And our defense ended up playing well enough to win. I guess the biggest surprise we had is we got whipped so soundly in the special teams game. The field position game favors Lincoln County, and that was probably the biggest difference in the ball game. Now, when we lose Jonathan Stovall and Hunter Myers there early in the second quarter, from that time on, we looked like we were going to battle with a BB gun, and I mean, you know, there were some things that we had to do, and we tried to make some adjustments at halftime, trying to figure out how to get the ball into the hands of some of our athletes and so forth. And it put us into a situation we could have played without one of those and still been what we practiced all week long. Losing both of them put us in a bind where it made it difficult to do what we had practiced all week long.
Well, that changes up your receiver sets and
we just put
everything.
We put some people into a difficult situation, hoping. And weren't able to do it, and therefore we were soundly beaten by Coach Thomas and the Lincoln County Falcons 20-3. And I thought their defense played outstanding. If you watch number 36, if you know anything about football, you'll be impressed with him. He's a young man named Cooter, and he is an outstanding football player. He's a 3-year starter for them, and wouldn't surprise me if he's not the defensive player of the year in our district.
The Shelbyville Golden Eagles playoff hopes are very much alive, as they are now guaranteed at least one playoff home game after a win over Coffee County last Friday. Coach Jason Hardy talks about his team's midseason turnaround.
We've just really come together, and we started the year off, had a lot of young guys out there, and I think even though we probably start 6 or 7 seniors, we also start 7 or 8 sophomores and play a lot of kids, and that experience level has helped us come through there, and we've learned from earlier games. But probably the biggest difference has just been the transformation of our defense. We've made a few changes there at about week 5, and it's really paid off. Offensively, we've done a pretty good job staying true to what we do, being balanced, and we've scored a lot of points throughout the year. But the defensive side of the ball has really improved, and good defense always helps your offense.
Yeah, and when we say improved, it's been really tough for your opponents to score points in the last half of the season.
Yeah, I think we've given up, our starting defense given up 10 points in the last 4 games. We've had a couple late touchdowns against us, but our starting defense only 10, and several factors going in there. I mean, we feel like sometimes we're still in fall camp, and in spring we practice tackling every day, and little things like fundamentals, our kids understand that that's what it takes to be a good defense, and you can't tackle, you can't be very good on that side of the ball, and our tackling has really improved.
It's a little bit hard with the playoff system for the average person just watching the game to figure out what's happening here. But you guys are obviously in the driver's seat, and I think you've already locked up a playoff game at home. Have you not?
Yeah, like you said, it's complicated, but from what I gather, we will, no matter what happens this Friday, have a home playoff game. We'll be in the top 2 in the district, and so therefore you get a home playoff game. Obviously, we'd like to win going into this week in Lawrence County. We control our own destiny as far as winning the district, but the higher you finish, obviously, the higher the seed you probably get, and the likelihood of you having a better matchup is a great possibility.
Tullahoma and Coffee County meet Friday night in Manchester for the annual Coffee Pot game. A Tullahoma win would most likely guarantee the Cats a road game in the opening round of the playoffs. We'll be back in a moment with your weather forecast.
Last month's sales were so good, I need cars now to restock my lot. I'm Keith Barnett at Russell Barnett Kia, and I've come up with a plan. It's my Car Bazaar. Whether you owe $1,000 or several thousand on the car that you hate, this Car Bazaar is here to help you out. You have a job and $149? My For the People credit approval process is here to help you out. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Hurry in before the Car Bazaar ends. I'm Keith Barnett, and I'm the dealer for the people.
A salute to the never wasters, the coupon clippers, switch flippers, one last drop of milk drippers, the thoughtfully thrifty, and the just plain cheap. Charter respects your economic IQ and honors it with a phone service worthy of your ever-watchful wallet. Charter Phone, just $19.99 a month. For real monthly savings for fabulously frugal folks like you. Switch to Charter Phone and get unlimited local and long distance and 13 calling features with no extra fees like the phone company charges you.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1971 at 82 degrees. Record low was in 1952 at 20 degrees. The average high on this day is 57 and the average low is 43. For tonight, look for clear weather in your forecast with a low of around 56. Mostly cloudy weather expected for Wednesday with a high of 77 and a low of 60. Showers in your forecast for Thursday with a high of 70 and a low of 60. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.